There comes a time when the phone rings less, the invites slow down, and you realize you're perfectly okay with that. In fact, you might even be relieved. If this sounds familiar, let me tell you something revolutionary. Your happiness after 70 doesn't depend on having a bustling social life. Today, we're exploring why embracing independence could be your ticket to the most content chapter of your life. Let's start by shattering a common myth, the idea that solitude equals loneliness. Nothing could be further from the truth. Many people discover after 70 that their richest moments happen when they're alone, finally free to think, move, and live exactly as they please. Take Martha, for example. At 72, she stopped attending her weekly bridge club, not because she didn't like the women, but because she realized she'd rather spend those afternoons painting in her sunroom. At first, she worried she'd regret it, but within weeks, she felt lighter, more like herself than she had in years. This brings us to reason number 1, the liberation of shedding social obligations. Remember those gatherings you attended out of politeness? The conversations that drained you more than they fulfilled you? Without those commitments, you reclaim something precious. Your time. Time for that novel collecting dust on your shelf. Time to linger over morning coffee without rushing. Time to simply be without performing for anyone. Now, let's talk about reason number 2, the unexpected creativity that flourishes in solitude. There's a reason artists and writers often crave alone time. It's when our most authentic ideas emerge. At 78, George finally started writing those family stories he'd been meaning to record for decades. It wasn't until I stopped filling my calendar, he told me, that I found the mental space to begin. What might you discover about yourself when you're not constantly adapting to others' expectations? Maybe it's a hidden talent for gardening, or finally learning to enjoy your own company during long walks, or simply the peace of a quiet house where you set all the rules. Here's something fascinating I've noticed. People who embrace independence after 70 often report reason number 3, improved physical well-being. Without the stress of maintaining relationships that no longer serve them, many experience better sleep, lower blood pressure, and even reduced aches and pains. It turns out that when we stop forcing connections out of obligation, our bodies thank us. Now, I can already hear some viewers thinking, but won't I be lonely? That's exactly what we'll explore next, along with 3 more compelling reasons why your 70s might be your most fulfilling decade yet. Because here's the truth. There's a profound difference between being alone and being lonely. One is a circumstance. The other is a state of mind. And you have more power over it than you might think. You know what's fascinating? The moment we give ourselves permission to stop chasing friendships out of obligation, something remarkable happens. We start noticing all the ways life actually becomes richer on our own terms. That's what we're diving into today, the hidden gifts of independence that most people don't talk about. Let's begin with reason number 4, the joy of unfiltered decision-making. Picture this. It's Saturday morning. You wake up and realize no one's expecting anything from you today. You could spend 2 hours making that elaborate recipe you've been eyeing, drive to the next town just because you feel like it, or do absolutely nothing without explaining yourself to anyone. That's the magic of independence. Every choice becomes authentically yours. No compromising on what movie to watch. No pretending to enjoy activities that drain you. Just pure, unfiltered freedom to design your days exactly as you please. Now, here's something important to address. Reason number 5, financial peace of mind. Let's be honest, maintaining friendships often comes with hidden costs. The birthday gifts, the group dinners where you split the bill evenly, despite ordering salad, the gas money spent driving to gatherings. When you embrace independence, your budget becomes yours to control completely. That money could instead fund a cozy reading nook with the perfect chair, private lessons for a hobby you've always wanted to try, or just the peace of mind, knowing your savings are entirely yours to steward. But what about companionship, you might ask? That brings me to reason number 6, the beauty of micro-connections. Some of life's sweetest moments come from brief, meaningful interactions that don't require maintenance. The librarian who saves new releases for you, the neighbor who waves when you collect your mail, the barista who remembers your usual order. These small connections provide warmth without the weight of expectation. They're like social vitamins, giving you what you need without overdosing on obligations. Now, let's talk practicality. If you're considering embracing more independence, here are 3 gentle ways to start. Try a no-obligation month. Decline invitations that feel like chores without guilt. Rediscover solo activities. Visit museums, cafes, or parks alone and savor the experience. Reframe your thinking. Instead of, "I should call so-and-so," ask, "Do I genuinely want to?" What we're really talking about here is curating your social energy like the precious resource it is. At this stage of life, every interaction should either uplift you or leave you neutral, never drained. Continues to Part 3 with final thoughts. Part 3, Conclusion and Empowering Perspective. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's this. Choosing independence isn't about rejecting people. It's about fully embracing yourself. The version of you that exists when no one's watching, when no expectations weigh you down, when your time and energy are yours to spend exactly as you wish. Think about Eleanor, who at 76 decided to stop attending her book club. "I realized I was going for the wine, not the discussion," she laughed. Now she reads whatever she wants, whenever she wants, sometimes with a glass of that same wine, and feels more intellectually stimulated than ever. Or consider James, who stopped making small talk at senior center events and instead started taking solo fishing trips. "It's not that I don't like people," he explained. "I just like my own company more." This is what authentic living looks like after 70. It's wearing what's comfortable without apology, eating when and what you're truly hungry for, spending whole days exactly as you define meaningful. So, if you've been feeling guilty about enjoying solitude, I invite you to reframe that thinking. What if you're not withdrawing, but rather coming home to yourself? What if this isn't isolation, but the ultimate self-respect? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you naturally found yourself craving more independence as you've aged? What unexpected joys have you discovered in solitude? Share in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to honor their truth. If this message resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content about thriving on your terms after 70. Because here's to living these years exactly as you choose, unapologetically, authentically, and entirely for yourself.